Welcome everyone to another expansion team episode. We are currently seeing the highlights against the #1 AFC teams, LA Chargers. Bobby Okereke with a sack, that is really important, and an interception by Marcus May. And we are up 3-0. The Wolverines have the ball. And now with the chance to get the first touchdown, but Caleb Williams gets sacked. Chargers with the ball. Herbert finds our linebacker Bobby Okereke, another interception. We are currently up 9-0. So our defense is really good. And now our chance to get a touchdown. Caleb Williams looking for the wide open JAYLEN, who plays for the injured Bijan Robinson. And with that, we are up 17-0 against the #1 team Chargers, who want to strike back, but a sack by linebacker Kazir White, who leads our team in terms of sacks, and our chance to get more points, but also Caleb Williams gets sacked, Jerry Tillery. We're mid-third quarter. Caleb Williams this time with time in the pocket, and what a throw to Jalen Waddle, who finds the end zone, and it's 23-0. First time red zone for the Chargers, and Keenan Allen gets the first points for the Chargers. Could be too late though. 4 minutes left to play. The Chargers with another drive. Mike Williams, and he finds the end zone again. 16-26 with 4 minutes left to play. But the game ends 26-16, and for us that is a very important win. We showed that we can keep up with the top teams here in the NFL. Caleb Williams without any mistakes, no interceptions, and also without Bijan Robinson. AJ Dillon stepped up and also got a receiving touchdown. As we saw, Jalen Waddle with a great game. And defensively, after our defense has been elite all season long, we allowed the least amount of points. And also here against the Chargers, we had some really big plays. After simming the rest of the week, Bijan Robinson still doubtful for the next week. We also lose WADDLE, so now late in the season the first big injuries happen, and now we play against the San Francisco Niners, who are 4-6. And after winning the Chargers, we should have some momentum and hopefully win this game. And we do. What a win! 34-6. This team is unstoppable. Caleb Williams continues to play on an elite level, and he's really on pace to crush all the rookie records. Already 25 touchdowns. I think Herbert had over 30, but also in 16 games, we have 14, and he is awesome. A QB rating of 110 should also be rookie record. I think Dak Prescott was the leading rookie QB with the best QB rating so far. Not sure if Brock Purdy actually is better this year. Have not checked that out. But Caleb Williams, he is really good. So if we don't have Bijan Robinson, we just throw the ball to Jalen Waddle. Raheem Jarrett, another touchdown also. Amon-Ra St. Brown gets in here. Our offense looks awesome, and defensively, again, couple of interceptions, a couple of sacks. That's really good. Bijan is still doubtful for our game against the Kansas City Chiefs, so we still have not our best players available. But the Chiefs are also not that good this year. Let's see if we can beat them in this matchup. And we do. 27-24. Caleb Williams, again, without any mistakes. So he is 8 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in the last 3 games. AJ Dillon with another touchdown, St. Brown, and William Childs this time. Jalen Waddle did not play that big of a role. But does not matter. We have so many playmakers that this is fine. And I mean, it's not only fine, it's really good how we are playing. And now we also get Bijan Robinson back and CJ Henderson, Zach Ertz. That's nice. So in the last couple of weeks of the season, We are back at full strength and we're moving up the rankings here. First passing offense, best rushing defense, and still the best defense in terms of points allowed. This is really, really good. We still did not win the division yet. The Jacksonville Jaguars are just half a game behind us, I would say. And we're playing against them in week 16, so that could be a big, big matchup. And also taking a look at the Green Bay Packers. They are currently at the first or second overall pick. Not sure if the Texans would pick higher. But that is awesome for our draft projection. It looks really, really good. But we should not underestimate the Houston Texans. We lost against them and they only have 2 wins. One of them was against us. We are 12 points favorite at home. We have to win this. And this time we do Caleb Williams 5 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. Could he actually win MVP with that performance? 32 touchdowns in 12 games. That's nearly 3 touchdowns per game. He's really, really good. Bijan is back, but not his best game. JAYLEN WADDLE has been the best acquisition we could have done. He has 13 touchdowns in 13 games, already 1,100 yards. So I guess he's at the league leaders. We were going to check that out after the last game. And he's a big play wide receiver. Exactly what we hoped him to be. 19 times over 20-yard receptions and 3 times over 40-yard. He really brings speed into our offense. We are on fire, and in case the Bengals lose and we win, we would clinch a bye week. But in case we lose against the Jaguars, we suddenly drop to the number 5 seed. So the last game against the Jaguars is really key, and that's why, again, we're going to watch the highlights. The Jaguars with the ball and Trevor Lawrence with the rush on 3rd down cannot get to the 1st down marker. And we take the ball over but seem to lose it because the Jaguars are in the red zone. Christian Kirk with a touchdown, and after we already seem to have 2 field goals, Jaguars are up 7-6 with the lead. And now Caleb Williams gets sacked. That is not good. So the Jaguars lead at the end of the first half. And actually, oh no, we have another chance to, after the sack, to get some points. And it's an interception, Travon Walker, and actually it's a pick 6. So the Jaguars lead 14-6 at half. Costly mistake by Caleb Williams. His first interceptions in today's episode. And now we get the interception. Cole Holcomb intercepts Trevor Lawrence. And that is an important turnover for us mid of 3rd quarter. We are now in the red zone. Bijan Robinson, what a rush. He gets the touchdown and it's now 12-14. I guess we tried the 2-point conversion and did not get it. So the Jaguars now with the ball. Trevor Lawrence gets sacked by Cole Holcomb, who has a really, really good game. And now at the beginning of the 4th quarter, the Jaguars with another touchdown. They are up 21-12. So it seems like we're not gonna win this game. But Caleb Williams with the chance. And now Amon-Ra St. Brown, lot of space, and he gets the touchdown. Maybe we are not done yet. It's a 1-score game again, 21-19. And we need to stop the Jaguars, which we seem to do because we have the ball again. And this is the touchdown, 26-21, Bijan Robinson. And suddenly we lead. Don't know what happened, but Jacksonville again with the chance and they score right back. Trevor Lawrence. 2 minutes left to play. They are up 27-26 and we need a 2-minute drive, which we seem to have because Caleb Williams has the ball in the red zone and it's a touchdown. Zach Ertz, 32-27. We strike right back and Caleb Williams leads us to the win. Does he? Because the Jaguars have another chance, but Bobby Okereke on 4th down gets another sack. What a performance by him, and what a comeback by our team. This is another sack, Caleb Williams. But I think with 22 seconds, the Jaguars, the game is over. The Jaguars don't have a shot anymore. So what a comeback, what a 2-minute drill by Caleb Williams to win us the division. And let's see if the Bengals win their game against the Bills. Yes, they do. So I assume we don't have a bye week. Looking at the schedule, we play against the Denver Broncos as the number 2 seed in the AFC. But at least we should have a top 5 pick. Packers, Seahawks, Raiders and Texans, all with 3 wins. No idea where we're going to end up if we're having the first overall pick. But in the worst case, we have picked number 4, and that is really great. So we can actually get even better after a 12-2 season and get a blue chip player. But first, the focus is on the playoffs. Let's check out the key stats at the end of the season. Best passing offense. Defensively, we dropped down to 2nd in points allowed, but we are on a 6-game winning streak against some pretty good teams. I mean, at least Chargers and Jaguars are really good teams. So our offense is able to perform. Great year by Cole Holcomb, who got 7 sacks, leads our team, and Mike Hughes with 5 interceptions. JAYLEN WADDLE leads our team in terms of receiving yards, and Bijan, not surprisingly, despite missing 2 or 3 games, has over 1,000 rushing yards. And what can I say about Caleb Williams? He is number 3 quarterback for passing yards, just 40 yards behind Tanner McKee. He played an awesome rookie season, and he leads the league for passing touchdowns. So he's going to win Rookie of the Year and maybe also MVP because he played an awesome season. Anthony Richardson, also really good year for the Giants. So overall, a great rookie quarterback class. Caleb Williams also has the 2nd best passer rating. Not bad. Rushing yards, Bijan Robinson, top 5 despite missing some gains. And for rushing touchdowns, he is at 11 with 9 rushing touchdowns. JAYLEN WADDLE, number 2 receiver of the year. So a really great acquisition that helped Caleb Williams to be the quarterback he is right now, and also help us to get 12 wins on the year. Same here, receiving touchdowns. A shared number 1 with Kendrick Bourne. With Cole Holcomb and Bobby Okereke, we have 2 top 10 rushers this time, both from the linebacker position. So our edge rushers, or defensive ends rather, were not able to create that much pressure. We also have Kazir White in the top 20. So we have an elite linebacker core. And interceptions, Mike Hughes, top 10. Just checking out the performance, Anthony Richardson is above Caleb Williams and Bijan Robinson. I assume he had, also really good season in rushing yards. So might actually be the case that he wins Rookie of the Year. Great season for the Giants. But Caleb Williams as our rookie already in the top 10. I'm really happy with that. Before we're jumping into the playoffs, it's time for a college update. The regular season is nearly over. Only the championship games are left. Georgia undefeated at number 1, USC also undefeated number 2, LSU at 3, Penn State at 4. So everything is a little bit more normal now. South Florida lost their first game. Ohio State at 18 with 4 losses. Marvin Harrison Jr. had a great rest of the year. In the last 6 games, he was over 100 yards in 4 of these games. Touchdowns in most of these games, really great scores here. Overall, he finishes the year with 9 touchdowns after a great second half of the season. 886 yards in 10 games, so he was injured and finished the year strong. Not that strong was Quinn Ewers' rest of the year. He finishes the year with 4 touchdowns, 1 interception in the last game, but before that he had 2 games with 3 interceptions. So overall his year was 35 touchdowns, which is really good, 8 interceptions, so he's really consistent here. Let's see where he's going to be in the draft. Maybe not top 10 anymore, but should still be a first rounder. And JJ McCarthy still has the chance to get into the playoffs when they win against Minnesota in the Big Ten Championship. And they lose by a lot. So 3 interceptions, JJ McCarthy, that is not good. So he has 7 interceptions now for the year, 33 touchdowns. That's good, also over 3,000 yards. I expect him to be the first quarterback off the board because the rest of the season was really, really good. But the last game, he could drop and may not go first overall, depending on who actually has the first overall pick. Could be us, but yeah, McCarthy, overall a great year except from the last game. But let's see who else is going to be in the playoffs. USC should secure a playoff spot with a win, and they also lose, this time against California. So not sure if they drop out, who might actually be in the hunt. No one else here. But yeah, maybe Alabama if they win against Georgia. Let's see. And they win against Georgia. Wow. That is crazy. What about Brock Bowers? Only 19 yards, no touchdowns. But overall, he had a great year. Looking at the player stats, 8 touchdowns, same as last year. Less yards than last year, but he was also injured, I assume. So started only 11 games, 3 drops, a little bit more than last year, but he is still an awesome prospect. Did not get involved in the rushing game this year, but still he should be a top 5 pick and someone I have definitely my eye on. Let me know what you think about that with our top 5 pick. Should we try to trade back? Should we get Marvin Harrison Jr.? Should we get Brock Bowers? Or yeah, any other player like maybe Jared Verse? I already highlighted him during the season. Finishes the year with 5 sacks, so that's really a step down compared to last year. Also in terms of hurries and knockdown, last year was really good for him. This year not so much in terms of pass rush. He was better in run, I would say. 9 tackles for losses, pretty good. But yeah, not the year I hoped him to have. Not sure where he's going to go. If he might be a top 10 prospect, he could someone we have our eye on, because might be the case that we're losing Cameron Hayward, either if he retires or if we could release or trade him, because he has a cap hit of over 20 million, if I remember, for next year, 35 years old, and did not play that great of a season. So Jared Verse could be a really good edge rusher, also since Will Anderson is not the player I hoped him to be. And now looking at the top 25, it's different. Alabama at 1, Georgia at 2, so both of them get into the playoffs. Alabama actually from 6 to 1. California is in here, and Oklahoma State. So USC dropped out with their 1 loss. I mean, would have ranked them over California or Oklahoma with 2 losses, but I don't make the playoffs. So let's look at the semifinals in the college football playoffs. Alabama against Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma State wins. That is crazy. Who's their quarterback? Robert Jones, sophomore player here. Great intelligence, but yeah, not relevant for the draft. Awesome work ethic, so maybe someone to remember, but hopefully we don't need a quarterback in 2 or 3 years. But awesome performance by Oklahoma State. And who is going to be their opponent in the finals? Georgia or California? It's Georgia. They win 50-47. And this time Brock Bowers has the most receptions, but again, no touchdowns, only 27 yards. So only involved in the short passing game. But still, how did they get so many points? I guess here in the rushing game. Lad McConkey is getting involved in the rushing game, and he's also someone we might remember for the draft, especially with this run blocking here. That is awesome. Great speed, great hands, great agility. Overall, a good player. Awesome work ethic. I mean, we don't need wide receivers, but if he's a third-round pick or something like that, involved in the rushing game, receiving stats, 8 touchdowns, nearly 600 yards. Looks good, but yeah, let's keep him in mind. Georgia against Oklahoma State in the finals, and the college football playoff winner is Georgia, so they win it. Brock Bowers leaves Georgia and the college football world with a title, and he has 73 yards and a touchdown. Great performance by him overall, and Georgia wins. Congrats to them. Before it's time to take a closer look at scouting, see who won the awards, and also check out the performance in the Senior Bowl, we take a step back to the NFL and hopefully win our very first playoff game. So let's do the playoffs. We played against the Denver Broncos already in week 11. We won, and looking at the play analysis, we were really good in run and pass game and were able to stop not only the rushing game by the Broncos, but also slowed their passing offense down. Brett Ripien played. That could also be an explanation why we won, because all year long they have been really good in passing. Our defense is good, but we need to stop the Denver Broncos. And this time they also have Russell Wilson back, the only player with a better QB rating than Caleb Williams. 96 overall and 32 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He had a really good season, also in rushing, 12 touchdowns. So he might actually win MVP. He is a scary opponent. We won't watch the highlights though, because the episode is already long and I've simmed the wild card every time so far. Let's see if we can have luck this time. Yes! 20-7, really important, and our defense was strong again. 0 touchdowns for Russell Wilson, QB rating of 76, 1 interception, and Caleb Williams without any mistakes. 1 touchdown, also Bijan with another great rushing game. So looking at the play-by-play analysis, this time we were even better for passing and running. And yeah, JAYLEN WADDLE with the most or second most yards. Zach Ertz had a great game. The touchdown was by AJ Dillon though, so he was a factor in the passing game. And defensively, Marcus Peters steps up. Cole Holcomb with another couple of sacks. So let's see who our opponent might be, and first sim the NFC games. Giants win against the Lions, the Rams against the Buccaneers, they lose, and Bears against the Panthers win. So for the AFC, what about our division opponents? Actually, both the Colts and the Jaguars are in here. Jaguars win against the Chargers, and the Colts lose against the Patriots, and now it's a division game against the Jaguars. And looking at the playoff standings, so many teams here in the AFC have over 10 wins. So the AFC is really stronger than the NFC this year. Not good for us. Now against the second worst team, who were just 1 win shy away from leading the division that we won. So this is going to be a heavy matchup. The other AFC game, Patriots against the 1-seed Bengals. But looking at the length of the episode, and I would also like to watch the highlights in the divisional round game again, I suggest that this is something for next episode to finish up the playoffs and maybe already start with scouting. We achieved our goal to win our very first playoff game. I hope that we have 3 more wins. We need to win against the Jaguars. This is something we hopefully do next week. Caleb Williams with a great year, and this episode only wins. What a second half of the season. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great week. and see you next time. Bye bye.